Good morning, Stampers. I'm StampinDeDe. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love what I do. I love making cards, making beautiful things. I love pretty paper. I love using my hands to create things, and I love sharing what I learn with you. So I hope you enjoy what you're doing, and I hope that maybe something that I share will inspire you to give it a try and to find something that you love doing. And I think most of us that are card makers or scrapbookers, we enjoy being creative, and I'm here to tell you I'm not a creative person. I learn from other people, and I find examples of things that motivate me to try something on my own. And there are a lot of things I try that I end up going, not so much. But that's part of the process, right? So, we're here today on Stampin Thursday. It's a Facebook Live, and we're just here to try out different techniques and just do things together. So, if you're watching this live, I love to know that you're here, and if you just say hi and let me know if you're not from this area. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. YouTube followers, thank you. Just give me a thumbs up, click subscribe, click like, and I'd love it if you leave a comment. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. So, let's get started. This is a technique that has been around a long time. It's kind of like when I demonstrated the triple time stamping, which has been around a long time, but it's one of those things that we bring it back with some new ideas and some new paper and some new thoughts, and it's different. So this is another one of those. It's called the telescope technique. And a lot of demonstrators are demonstrating this right now. And I've seen it several times just in the past couple of weeks. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make some. And as I started making these cards, I just was like, oh my goodness, this is fun. So I really almost couldn't stop. I just kept making them. So I thought I'll share it with you. We'll make one together and see how that goes. So this is the technique. And what you do is find a set of nested dies, and that could be anything you have that is a nested die. So deckled circles could be one of them. Countryside corners could be one of them. Stylish shapes could be one of them. The deckled rectangles could be one of them. And I think this is what we're going to use today, the deckled rectangles. So we'll see how that works. But this sample that I have right here is using the stylish shapes. And I chose the squares. And I chose the paper because I wanted there to be a focal image in the center of this one. So I chose this paper out of, let me look, just a minute, here it is, out of Nests of Winter. Nests of Winter. And it's a paper that's just got lots of birds. So I chose this particular pattern for the front, and then I fussy cut this bird out of one of the other papers and incorporated that in. And I'm looking, Winterly Treetops is the name of the Stampin' Die set, and these were from the die set. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's look. I decided to use one of the papers from Splendid Autumn. Yeah, Splendid Autumn, which is our new, you can order from this catalog now, from the mini catalog, and this is one of the items, Splendid Autumn. I love this paper. I love the fall colors in this paper. So, using this as my guide, I decided to go with the Blackberry Bliss background, and then I believe this is Pumpkin Pie, because both of these colors are in this, and your background is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's your standard size, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And then this one, I just cut 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So you just want the tiniest border left around your designer series paper. So let's look at our dies. I'm going to use 3, and that's what I did with this one. I used 3 of the Stylish Shape squares. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach the bottom to the card base, and then we're going to put a row of dimensionals on the second layer here, and then we're going to put the adhesive strips, because they're a little bit thicker, the adhesive strips on the back of the third layer, and so they raise up and it gives a telescope effect. So let's give it a try. All right, let me pick out, and I'm really not spotlighting anything in particular, although I think it might be nice to spotlight the sunset. So if I use that one, this one, maybe, and this one, that would work, wouldn't it? All right. So I need to turn these over so they'll cut. And I'll take my pattern paper off, because it's just the pattern paper that we're going to cut. And I'm going to get me a piece of tape, a couple of pieces of the Post-it tape. So I'm going to put my centerpiece down first. And I really want to highlight the orange, since I've chosen an orange pumpkin pie background. And I want to put these as evenly spaced as I can. That looks pretty good right there. I'll move this one, oops, over just a tad, or maybe move this one. That'll be easier. Okay, and I'll put another piece here. That tape's just about used up. All right. I'll move these things away. I'll bring in my cut and emboss. I'll move it over just a second. Let me get this on here. I don't want to lose my... All right. I think I still have them pretty evenly spaced. All right, we're ready to go. Here it comes. Take this off. Move my machine back over here. All right, now we have our pieces. Get the tape off of this one. All right, put these over here. Scoop these 3 pieces off with our base. So now we're going to make sure that we have these pieced back together to create the pattern that we started with, kind of like a puzzle. Putting them back together like a puzzle. There we go. All right, that's the way we want to put them down on our card base. So I think what I'm going to do first is grab my Stampin' Seal. And I usually try to keep a silicone sheet handy in case it doesn't want to cooperate. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. All right, and then I'm going to put this piece down because these are the pieces that we're going to telescope. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. You know, there's a lot, as with any technique that we do, there's a lot of flexibility here. If you wanted to pop this one up, you could. There's nothing telling you you can't do that. I'm trying to leave an even amount around every edge. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do is put this outside piece down first, and it's going to have the most, I want it raised up the most. So I'm going to use our foam adhesive strips. And they are a little thicker than our dimensionals. So I'm going to cut these to fit this piece. Put it as close to the middle as I can get it. I'm going to cut an end off. The closer you can get it to the middle, the less likely that it's going to show. One more. Okay. I'll move our adhesive strips away. get the backing off. And then I want to make sure that I get it back down the right way. Oh, this is it. So I want to put it right on the edge, right around the edge, right there. So that's our first layer. Now our second layer, we're going to use dimensionals. And what I have done on my others is use the edges. So I've cut just a narrow strip. And you can use a long one and a short one. It's a good way to use up the edges of your dimensionals. A great way to use them up. Okay. This will go on the short end. I actually did one, and I'll show you where I doubled my dimensionals. I popped it up even further. Yeah, that's not necessary. All right, I'm trying to find my edge here, where I still have enough edge left. I think right here I have enough edge left. I've used the edges of all my dimensionals now. All right, that one can go there. You know, this is not hard to do, though, and it really is fun to try to figure out different ways to do this. All right, there we go. That's our second layer. Just have to figure out a way to hold it down when you get the edges up. Get this one. I think I can do it with my fingernail. And this one. Oh, that one's up. This one. Now, I'm ready to put this layer down, and it is going to go like this. So I'm going to stick it right. I'm not ready to put it down yet. Trying to get over it as much as I can. All right, there we go. So we've got it down, and now I don't know if you can see the two layers. We've got two levels now. So this third level is going to go right straight down. So I'm just going to put adhesive on it. And nest it down in there. There we go. And you may have to mash it down, you know, around the edges. Get it down in there. Nestle it down in there. And pull these back up. All right, there are our 3 layers. There's our telescope card. And now to decorate. So the sentiment, I think I'm just going to do a happy birthday on this one. And maybe stick it right down here in the corner. This happy birthday is from Unbounded Love. Happy birthday. Now I can either cut a square. I think I'm just going to cut around it though. Make sure I get it dry. So I think I'm just going to do that. I like to do this. You can tell I did one over here that way. But I also use my label dies. I'm just going to cut across the bottom here. There we go. And I think it'll go right there. Perfect. So now I'm going to get, now I've got edges left and I want to use these up. So I'm going to get this edge and put it right down here. And then this one, I don't need the two things sticking out. I'm going to put it right, let's see. It's going to go here. So I really only need one in the middle, right here. Because this part is going to be glued to the popped up section. So I'm going to put just the little tiniest bit of glue. Let's see. Maybe I want to move it over here a little bit. Maybe so. So I really only need a little bit of glue right here. And I'm going to put that right there. Make sure I got it straight. There we go. Happy birthday. Now we've got our sentiment on. And, you know, I really decorated some of these others up, but sometimes I think just the scenery itself, I'm thinking this needs to be a little further up. I don't know if I can get it further up or not. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, so I've got some ribbon that I could use. That's what happens when I'm not looking straight on. I think I'll double this. See what that looks like. Let me get it straight here. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I haven't cut it yet. All right. Thought, what did I do wrong? I'll need to cut it, but I'm not going to do that right this minute. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm going to get my fingers in there. Give it a good pull. bring it in some. Let's see if that'll work. I think it'll go right there. Or maybe over here. No. Maybe right there. This is definitely on the fly. Creating on the fly here. Okay, let me go ahead and trim these pieces just a little bit so we can get a better idea of where this will look good. Could do it there. I could do it there. Really can't do it there. I could do it there or there. Or even up here. I don't want to do it up there. Could cover up my orange and do it right there. That might be a solution to me not getting that up as far as it could go. Maybe I'll do that because I think that'll bug me a little bit. That's what happens when I can't, when I'm not right over it. I couldn't see. You could probably see that there's orange showing there a little bit, but I couldn't see it. But we can solve that with our ribbon. Well, the glue dot, I'm at the end of my glue dots. So maybe that one wasn't as sticky as it should have been. See, I'm at the very end. In fact, that was the last usable glue dot. So I do have another row ready to go. All right, there we have our ribbon and this. I'm thinking it just doesn't, the only thing it might need, I just grabbed out of my crazy bin, my, all my bits and pieces bin. Maybe a little bit of greenery. Do we need that? Let me see. I've got these. I see they've not even had them places. You know, I told you in my previous videos, I stick all my extra stuff, my extra die cuts in a box. And just when I'm embellishing something like this, I just grab all the little pieces. What do we think? Do we need that? Or just some greenery? Some different colored greenery? Like I said, I just grabbed some pieces. Here's some purple. No, I don't need purple. But maybe some greenery. What do y'all think? That's really different. It's a different color of green. All right, looks like that's all the usable green I've got. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. Well, I can do that. That looks all right. I'm going to do that. So, I'll put this one down first. It's the tiniest bit of glue at the bottom. And run it right along the edge there. And maybe this one down second. You don't want it hanging over the edge of the card. And then this maybe on top of those two. Yeah, right there. By now I need to pick it back up. That's why I left a chunk at the bottom, was to have something to glue it to. There we go. So there's some greenery there, and then we'll have a piece down here. Right there. All right. I think we're done with that card, but isn't that stunning the way that does? I love the way it really accents whatever you choose to leave in the middle. So I hope you can see it. Let me get it up here. There you go. Maybe you can see the dimension there. I love the telescope effect. All right, so we've got that one. We've got this one with the bird in the middle and then the extra things around it. Now, let me show you another one. This is with the Unbounded Love paper. And I used the stylish circles on this one. And from the paper, I just fussy cut a couple more little flowers. And I did add some pearl flat-backed gems on the back, on each flower here. I didn't put them here because those are already popped up. I didn't want to make it too bulky. So, and then I just put another flower here. Peace makes the world a better place. That is a peaceful card. And then I did this one with the winterly, I'm terrible at the names, the wildly flowering, the wildly flowering designer series paper. And I didn't think it needed much, so I just put a white twine bow there and friend. Looks like I've got a dimensional stuck on the back of it, which is not good. And this one I did the long way. Have a blessed day. All right, so we've got that one. Now, there is another way that you can do this telescoping. You can do it up, facing up. This focuses down. So I wanted to do one that focused up, and I decided to do a Christmas one. So hopefully you can see that the bottom layer, this is the one I used double dimensionals on. The bottom layer has one set of dimensionals. The second layer has two sets of dimensionals. And this third middle layer has the foam adhesive sheets, and they're thicker. So these layer up instead of layering down, focusing, telescoping down. This one telescopes up. And then I pulled these pieces out of that paper, the Christmas pack. Let me see. This a little bit festive 12 by 12 designer series paper that has all the die cuts with it. So it's got 2 sheets of die cuts as well as, I don't know, 3 or 4 sheets of designer series paper. So I used these die cuts out of this to create this card. And I used the sentiment out of these ephemera packs. I used it out of the Joyful Sayings ephemera. So, 'tis the season. Yeah, it came out of one of the back sheets. But there's quite a few sayings in this. And we're actually going to use these two packets, the Joyful Images and the Joyful Sayings, ephemera packs, to make Christmas tags. So that is going to be our October class, is we are going to, everybody will get a package of each of these, and we will make Christmas tags. So, but I did use that sentiment out of it. All right, so this one telescopes up. The rest of these telescope down. So that's fun, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking to see if there were any comments, and I know there will be on YouTube, so thank you again for watching on the replay. And I hope that you are inspired to give this telescoping technique a try. I will be putting this on my blog, StampinDeDespot.blogspot.com. And it's right here on the front of it's on my Facebook page as well as on my YouTube page. So go there if you want specific details and pictures. It'll probably be on later this afternoon. All right. Well, thank you for being here and for watching. And I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend. So, God bless and goodbye.